Sitting in my sink are dirty dishes. Sitting in my sink are dirty dishes. Making wishes. What I had last night was delicious. Kinda nutritious. Damn it, I messed up. Dishes. Wishes. Nutritious. Is that nutritious? Trying something out here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. What day is today? It's Friday, May 21st. We did it. You did it. I did it. We did it together. Thank you very much, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all safe and sound wherever you are. Sip, sip to you. What an exciting time to be alive. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Going through a lot of changes. We all are, right? Individually, societally. But it's all good. I'm very excited, and definitely we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We've talked about this before, but our patience and persistency has paid off because I hear it. I hear it. I see the talks. I listen. I'm just learning, man. I'm just learning, and I'm so appreciated, and I'm so grateful for everybody else out there setting great examples in different realms, because I'm always just, listening, paying attention, trying to learn, trying to do things better, and visualizing, trying to think of the steps that are going to require me to get from A to B to C to D, and I don't know the rest of the alphabet, but you know how it goes. I'm excited because we're making changes. We're making changes in some, I'll tell you something, man. I like symbolism, all right? I see it, and I like symbolism, and things that have been popping up over the past 24 to 36 hours, I guess, in terms of symbolism. When what is spoken to me is, I guess, seagulls. The seagulls, or some of you guys might refer to them as sea eagles, but don't be mistaken, they do belong to the gull family. They are not of the eagle family. Seagulls. What do seagulls represent? I had one fly over me, and I saw some representation, and I'm just trying to symbolically be like, what does it mean to be a seagull? What do seagulls represent? And apparently, they represent being uncomfortable, or rather doing things that are uncomfortable in order to succeed. And it makes sense, because the seagull is got to kind of think outside the box. So I can dig that. I can dig that about a seagull and incorporate that in my life, because the seagull, where do seagulls hang around? Seagulls hang around a lot of places, but a nice bunch of nice symbols that you could put alongside each other and have it resonate with peepsies. I'd say seagull and lighthouses, huh? Seagulls and lighthouses, and again, what's a lighthouse? Well, a lighthouse is a lighthouse. It just sends out light from a house, to deter ships that are, aiming to crash into unknown rocks. And it's just flashing, flashing, flashing. Hey, don't crash over here. Steer in the other direction. And it's sweet to have lighthouses and seagulls and sources of light. Hope that makes sense. Kind of, sort of, it does, and it kind of, sort of is open to your interpretation. And that's what life is. Or at least a portion of it, right? But that's what I'm trying to do right now. I've been patient, been practicing, been trying to learn. Still, again, what have I said? I've said it, I meant it. This is a long journey, boys and girls. This is just the smallest wee little baby steps that we're taking together. And thank you again if you've been a long-time supporter, listener, viewer of the show. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And if you're just tuning in, you're like, who the hell's this guy? It's your boy, Robbie Rob, bringing the heat from the six to the world. And hey, man, when things start to loosen up, and we're hearing it. Where's that wiggle room? Do you happen to have a little bit of wiggle room? Can you wiggle room on that, baby? You know when you go and negotiate, when you want to negotiate prices. I remember being in the automotive industry for a while, and wiggle room was important. Everybody had to have a little bit of wiggle room. Doesn't matter if you're the seller or the buyer. Gotta wiggle, baby, wiggle, wiggle. Let me see you guys wiggle, 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 wiggle. That's it, baby. You gotta have wiggle room. That's the thing. You gotta compromise. You gotta meet somewhere in the middle. And that's the thing that I'm seeing everywhere globally, individuals and societally. We're pulling together. I really do see it, and it's really hopeful. And I see a lot of positive change. Still gotta remain patient, though. That's the thing. Trying to visualize it. Putting in work right now, obviously, and staying consistent. Gonna be coming and doing more of this, that, and the other. But when things do open up, when specifically I'm looking forward to pubs and comedy clubs opening up, because I'd like to be able to incorporate different portions or aspects to this game that I'm trying to learn, and it's a fun game and it's a privilege and I love it. The hard parts, the easy parts, the challenging parts, the parts that make me uncomfortable, the parts that I feel like I'm even being, because I listen, man, I'm always listening, and I've got great teachers. We all do, really, we all do. That's the thing. And one thing that I've really come to appreciate over this past week is teamwork and how much we're dependent on each other, because really, like, that's the thing, man. You see any final product of anything, whether it's food or music or a piece of video clip that's maybe 3 minutes long or 3 hours long, it doesn't matter. All we see is the final product, right? We see a person or maybe a couple of people and a final product or a piece that you'll hear or something that you'll taste, and you'll just take that away from, you'll take it for what it is as it's being represented, and it's like it's just one person or like a couple of people or maybe 3 people. It doesn't matter. What the final product, it looks as if it looks simplified, right? You don't see the many broken down steps, and that's the thing that I'm trying to realize and appreciate, the many broken down steps and the little hands and the little feet that go into making anything, running an operation. And it's great to be part of a community. And again, I'm just trying to learn, baby. I'm just trying to learn. I'm going super slow. I'm slow-mo, baby. I like it slow, and I like it to be long-lasting. That's how I like good things to be, because if it's a good thing, you don't want it to just be coming in and out quickly and evaporating before your eyes. You're like, but give me more, I like it. And you're like, well, it came in too quick, dude. It came in too hot. And it's, fizzled out. But that's the thing. You go in slow. You pace yourself. You look at the long-term goals, and there's a lot of wiggle room. And that's the thing. You make mistakes. I've been making so many mistakes. Oh my God, man, I've been making so many mistakes, but looking back, it's made me better little by little. Hopefully, that's the thing, to try to learn from it. And thank you for all the love and support. Whoever's been, again, a long-time supporter, you put up with whatever I stumble upon, whether it's decent, half decent, or sometimes, falls short, and that's what it is. People sometimes fall short. We all do. But that's the thing. Give each other the little bit of the leeway, give each other the little bit of compassion, empathy, and forgiveness to come back and want to try to do better. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. Just come in and do better. But I'm excited because as soon as things do open up, the way I've placed the vision in my head, the way I'm writing things out, the way I'm planning things, is I'm already doing this. I'd like to be able to incorporate a whole other aspect of it, because I can't be going around calling myself, and I've never called myself anything. I'm just dabbling in the realm of storytelling, if you will. But one portion of it is, I guess, comedy. And comedy, in order for it to actually be comedy, you need people, right? You need peepsies. That's why I've been, like many of you guys that have, your work's been impacted, same as me, right? My work's been impacted, but when things open up, I'd like to be able to go out there and explore different worlds, and, like the seagull, place myself in uncomfortable situations in order to elevate myself. Because you know what it is? I look forward to being uncomfortable, dude. I love being in awkward situations. As a matter of fact, I seek them out. I enjoy them. Every time I get a little anxiety built up, that's good, man. Every time, people sometimes are afraid of, like, oh, it's making me feel uncomfortable, I'm getting anxious, I'm gonna yak right now. Well, that's all right. It's all good. All you need to do is just, the way I look at it, is just emotions, and it's like you being alive. That's your body alerting you, and it's something exciting. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. A lot of people sometimes are, I know when I was younger, my body would feel anxiety or anger whenever I was, like, in an uncomfortable situation, but it was also like a growing pains sort of situation. I was just like, oh, let's get out of here quickly. Let's try to like, but now I seek awkward moments. I seek uncomfortable moments and places that I know are going to be challenging to me. So that's the thing. One place that I believe is going to be definitely a challenge, because I've never done it before, is going to be attempting to actually go up on stage and perform for a couple of minutes or a few minutes for people. And there's different things that I'm doing. I'm writing for, sometimes I'll be writing during the week because I like to jot down ideas that I like to come and talk to you guys about here. But that'll require some other types of writing, and I've been writing a lot for many years in different formats. This year, I guess, going into this new gig and career, it's just, that's the thing. Again, wee little baby steps. My eyes are just being open to so many different possibilities and realms that I could potentially utilize my skills and be of service. That's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing. I don't care about too much. I value my time, and I value your time, and I want to be doing good things and positive things that I believe impact me in a positive form and impact other people in a positive form. And again, it's coming here and somehow trying to give the message that everything is going to be okay, because in the grand scheme of things, everything's always been okay, and it's getting better and better, and we see it. Whatever little hurdles we come across, and maybe what did we come across last year? Disaster, right? Horrible circumstances. We all had to, everybody took a pay cut. Some people have definitely, been impacted in more ways than others. And if you've lost family members due to different reasons, my heart goes out, whether it's directly because of COVID or indirectly due to either suicides or drug overdoses, or people who have relapsed that have not had access to their communities, their services, their social circles, whether it's AA meetings or places of worship you can attend. But things are looking on the up and up, because I hear it. We're getting, the vaccines have been rolled out. People who have needed it are going out there getting it. Other people are also taking care of their health, getting out there, getting exercise. I see it, and it's exciting. We are even hearing it from the, I'm even reading it in the corporate news media outlets. I hear from the leadership, things are shifting. So I'm very thankful, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very hopeful for what's to come. The rest of the spring's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to take our time, pace ourselves, but it's getting there. And I think by the end of summer, hopefully, fingers crossed. Never been a fan of rushing into anything, never been a fan of, taking extreme measures. Hey man, it's been trying times for everybody, and everybody's trying their best, and that's all that I can ask for from myself and other people. Just give it your best, whatever it is, just give it your best, and together we're gonna rock and roll, baby. So I'm excited. When things do open up, I'm gonna attempt to see how that world is gonna react. We'll see how I react. Well, it's gonna be a learning process, man. Might be a few fumbles in there, a couple of tumbles, who knows? But all in all, we're gonna have fun. I'll tell you that. We're gonna have fun. I'll guarantee you, promise made, promise kept, we're gonna have fun. Oh, that's damn good coffee. Man, oh man. Yesterday I had some, I spent some time with my brother. It was super lovely. Got to learn a new trick, how to make your own bread at home, dude. I made bread, and something that I may later on, if I get a chance, maybe I'll share it with you guys. We'll see. And maybe we'll get a chance to share it together. Me and my brother, maybe we'll do a whole thing together for you guys. Maybe I don't know. It was really just, I really love, I'm a foodie. I love food, and I love cooking, and I like cooking for other people, especially because it's like, when you're cooking for yourself, it could be whatever. I could toss something, make something quickly, and eat it quickly, and just, back to my routine. But when you have a guest, or you're going somewhere and you're a guest, and like you get to cook, or like cook together, or have somebody prepare a meal, that's basically, it's so many different things. It's hitting so many different notes. It's magical because you're creating something out of nothing. It's love, because like one of the most important ways of showing love is giving food and feeding each other, right? It goes such a long way. It may be such a small thing, but it goes such a long way. So I learned how to make bread yesterday, and a few simple ingredients. It was just a matter of like getting your hands dirty and getting, the ingredients mixed in together, letting some parts, settle after you mixed it, and then waiting a little while. The whole process going from A to Z was really neat, because we're also used to, just like whatever you want. You just, you either go to the grocery store, buy bread, or some cases, you've had the option nowadays that you don't even want, if you don't want to, you don't need to go to the grocery store. You can just be like, I'm on an app or on my phone or on the internet. You just put in the grocery list or the items that you like to get, and a few minutes later, half an hour later, somebody will ring your bell and boom, somebody's dropping off groceries. So you haven't even made the trip. But it's good to take some things back, and I like to be able to. In my life, I've always been the type that likes to learn how to fish, and I'd like to be able to learn how to fish and teach other people how to fish. And this can, you can extrapolate that and incorporate it in different aspects of life. But it's basically trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. And as much as that's needed, we do need community, we do need teamwork. And again, going back into the productions of things, it's so easy to just look at something and be like, well, there's a face or two faces or a couple of hands or a few names attached to it, and it may seem like an individual or a small effort from a couple of people or a few people, or in the grand scheme of things, we're also dependent on so many little operations running smoothly for a final product to be out there, whether it's food, whether it's music, whether it's research in the sciences, development in technology, innovation in the automotive, so whatever it is, you go to a dealership, all you see is a shiny brand new car that you want to buy. There are so many like tiny little stuff, millions probably, if you really want to break it down, from sourcing the material to finding a location to have a plan to employing all these different people that have to go in and out, collaborating together, bringing different parts, bringing different components, chit-chatting, listening to each other's ideas, trying to essentially make the best possible product. And basically, I love teamwork because for the most part, if you're willing to be a team player, and this guy right here is a team player, I love working with people. I love working with, and I have zero ego, and I literally, I try to, it's good to have an ego, definitely. You don't need to, it's good to have an ego death once in a while, from whether it's through meditation or a little bit of dabbling in the psychedelic realms, whether it's psilocybin or something else. Again, balance, right? I don't ever encourage anything or condone anything, to each their own. Everybody should strive to just find that balance for themselves. But at the end of the day, it's good to have minimal ego, just so you can all work together and we can all work together, essentially. And that's what I try to do. Always check myself, check my ego, and always be appreciative of the support group and community that I've got around me, because it feels great. It feels great to be doing something that I believe is, again, helping me in a sense, but also helping other people. And it's not just me, there's friends, there's family members, there are community members, there's things that inspire and go together, and little by little, everything comes together. It's like one little droplet at a time. You don't have an ocean without all these little tiny droplets, right? You need tiny little droplets, and then boom, before you know it, you got yourself a whole ocean full of water. But somehow we're running low on drinking water. That's, I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll tackle that another day. Today's Friday. All I'm trying to say is that I'm very grateful and I'm very optimistic about the future. And thank you guys, for whoever out there is, again, especially I'm not gonna go out there, right? I'm not the type to want to I don't know, everybody's got different intentions, and I can only speak for myself. I'm not ever gonna try to jump on a bandwagon, or I've never been a type to, I guess, quote unquote, if we want to talk about it in today's term, clout chase or any of that stuff. No, I'm just doing me. I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I have a vision or a direction that I'd like to go in, and it consists of so many different varying parts, and I like working within loose boundaries, but still I do have my boundaries. It's not that's the thing, man. With freedom comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of rights and privileges that we normally take for granted, that we should always check ourselves. That's the thing. I'm very aware of my situation and the privilege that I have, and I'm going to just try to use it to the best of my ability to be of service to myself, so I can better myself and provide a service for other people as well. And that's what we're gonna do. But it takes, it takes teamwork. It takes everybody pulling together little by little. And I'm just every day I'm growing a new appreciation for people. Especially this year, I think we all got a big lesson of how important people are. My goodness. Before, when I was maybe in my late teens, early 20s, I was, going through my own life, going through my own struggles, school, familial changes, this, that, and the other, and I had really become impatient with small talk. I had no patience for small talk. I didn't want to have that little, random chit chat. Now, as I'm getting a little bit older, as I'm starting to, pump my own brakes and like to see other people maybe pumping them. Because when you're younger, when you've got all this energy and idea, and you think you're at conflict with the world, and if the world only knew how to act the way I'd like them to, it's no, dude, you're never gonna get everybody to act the way you want to act or view the world the way you want to view the world, and we should never strive for that. That's kind of like a utopian mindset where if everybody was just the same, and no, you don't want that. It's good. Now I look forward to little small talks, whether it's with the friend that I have at the corner store who I'll pay a visit to, or whether it's a neighbor that I'll run into, or whether it's somebody, a local face that I've kind of the little things that matter. It goes such a long way, and that's the thing. I think we just need reminders, and we need reinforcements of these things. Community, lending a hand, coming together, working together for a greater cause than just our own little personal dreams, or it's good to have personal dreams and aspirations, but I've always been, despite the fact that sometimes I really like my notion of individuality, I really like my notion of independence, my own thoughts. I like that to be within a community, because without a community, you can be an individual and it doesn't matter because it's just you. But having a place, a group of people where you can share ideas and learn from each other and correct each other's mistakes with kindness rather than coming in from a place of judgment. Because man, that I've heard many great quotes this past week. I've been listening throughout this whole time, and it's definitely absolutely important that we're all mindful and aware of these things, everything that goes on in and around our world and our local communities. But we should always leave room for growth and learning, because that's what life is. If you're always going to be looking down on people, be well, did you know this? Oh, you didn't? Well, you're a piece of whatever for not knowing. And it's true. It's how do we expect everybody to know everything? But we can absolutely have certain modes of conduct. And how do we create these modes of conduct? It's through listening, talking, and realizing, man, most of us want the same things. So it's it doesn't have to be so black and white. It could be somewhere in the middle, in the gray zone, 50-50 or something close to that, where it's no, it doesn't have to be taking from one place and then giving it all to the rest, or depriving the rest so that if you have, it's everything being shared. And honestly, it's getting better. It's getting way better, and I hear different sorts of talks. I hear different frames of mindsets. We're definitely shifting. We are evolving as a species, and it's great to see that evolution, because it's one thing you can definitely see personal growth or personal setbacks. It's easy to monitor those things, but it's hard to kind of gauge where we are as a species sometimes, because in the grand scheme of things, what are you comparing it to? Are you comparing just local jurisdictions within a nation state? Are you comparing continents? Are you comparing globally speaking? What are we looking at? And if you want to really look at the grand scheme of things retrospectively, we've gotten so good at being humans, and it's all practice, because we're an interesting creature, or a species, or a race of people rather. We're very interesting, we're very intricate, and we're very special in so many different ways, yet we're very similar at the same time. So it's man, gotta realize there's one of you and one of me, but 8 billion of us very similarly yet differently navigating lives, right? So it's how do you conduct yourself in a way where you're free to do whatever you like, but also you're not infringing upon other people's rights to live their life as they wish. And it's a fine little dance. It always takes tweaking. And that's the thing, we're always, I think, testing the waters, doing different experiments, whether it's personal. I've mentioned this before. I really do believe people, you can, I believe people are experiments within themselves, and people are also experiments within little groups, larger groups, counties, regions, countries, nations, and globally speaking, we're doing all right. We're doing really good things. People are waking up in the right sense, being aware of things, but not also, I think we're definitely getting past the point of like pointing fingers and like scapegoating. That was the old method of doing things. I think it was just like out of, maybe we were in our infancy, maybe we're now reaching, like, again, as a global community, maybe adolescence or something, and maybe a little, I don't know, these are all just like metaphors and analogies, but rather I'm just trying to say, I think we're definitely seeing a shift of just like, well, it's either got to be this way or it's got to be that way. And I think a lot of people are like, it could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both. And if we just compromise and listen and combine our resources and energies, man, we're going to get so much further. And I think we're definitely on the brink of making a lot of progress. And that's why I'm excited for spring and summer and the many, many, many more, hopefully, years that we've got to spend together. That's what it is, man. We're a big family, essentially. That's what it is. And it's just like different families, different regions, like, everybody like chip in, pull in as much as you can in a positive direction with good intentions, and I think we should be all right. We should be all right. So I'm excited, man. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I actually wanted to come in today, and I guess, hey man, that's what tomorrow is for. I've always been a sports fan, but I wanted to actually dedicate, I didn't even get a chance to talk to you guys about sports because there's a lot of stuff happening, and I'm excited. So we'll talk about it, I guess, tomorrow, because yeah, that's what tomorrow is. Tomorrow's Saturday for the Patreon edition. And if you like these videos and you're like, man, how can I help? Rob, I really like what you're doing and I want to help. Well, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe on YouTube by searching Rob Sadri. Over there, you'll get the full-length videos instead of on Instagram where I got to split it up into 10-minute segments for you guys. Not a problem. Making work and moving forward, that's all it is, just making work, and you gotta adjust. Different platforms got different settings, so you gotta adjust. And then you also got Patreon, so you can support your boy on Patreon, and there's like a 3-tier system. Work in there, read it. I'm tweaking, I'm learning, trying to adjust. If you want to support your boy, go ahead and do it. If you don't want to support your boy but you want to do something different, go ahead and support your boy, because it's like, you want to do something positive in your life and you're like, man, if there was only something I could do to make a difference, well, support your boy if you want. But if you don't want to, that's cool too. If you just want to check out the videos on a weekly basis, because maybe you need a friend, maybe you need somebody to chit chat to, and that's what Patreon is there for. It's more specific, it's geared towards teamwork makes the dream work. If you've got an idea or a question, and I'm no expert on any subject by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, I'd advise you to probably, if you're gonna listen to me, don't take it with a grain of salt or a whole bag load of salt, and also look elsewhere for different perspectives. And that's what I've done in my life. I have role models, I have teachers, I have people that I look up to, but I never look at anybody and put them up on a pedestal and be like, well, they're the holy whatever, or like they're the perfect person that I should. It's like everybody, like, I'm striving to do me as best as I can, and along the way I hope to be able to help others do the same. But definitely I don't think anybody has got a perfect remedy or a perfect set of, I think you should, for me, I'm always listening and I'm always paying attention, trying to take the best of everyone and everything and extract it and incorporate it in my life somehow. And it's so far so good, man. Not too shabby for, a hell of a lot of room to improve upon, I'll tell you that. That's what I love, man. I love improving and I love changing. I don't like stagnation, and that's what we do around here, baby. We grow, we learn, we kick butt, we take names, and we do it on a weekly basis, and we're gonna just keep going, baby. Up and away, or up and something, up and at 'em. You know what I'm talking about. Go get it out there, whatever it is. You're dreaming about something else, probably different than what I'm dreaming about, but we can all, support each other. And I'm here to tell you, stay focused, go after your dreams, don't be afraid of failures, don't be afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. Be like the seagull, or something, dude. I love you guys. Thank you all for your love and support. We'll be back here again on Saturday and next week as well, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you guys very soon. Stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody.